Come on in the room. Bucks lose it tonight, 119-95. Not a lot of good stuff to talk about tonight. After you beat the Hornets, you're on back to back. No excuses because LA's on the back to back too. You went to overtime. LA had not only a back to back, LA didn't have to come across the country. Got into Milwaukee after I don't know 2, 3 in the morning, whatever it was, and they just came out and whooped your ass tonight. So come on in the room. Doc is our doctor, writes all scripts to give us our medicine in our room. It's the Guru Trails there.
Chris King.
I believe Justin's on the way. I don't know if he's gonna make it by the time we end this show because I don't plan on being here too long. The Bucks didn't show up in the first half. Gave an effort in the second half, but it wasn't enough. Luka was too much. Austin Reeves was too much. There was a chance, and again, I'll say it. This team. That's the other reason why I'm not giving you the back-to-back excuse because you found a way to give effort in the second half when you're down 30. I saw mad effort. I saw mad scrambling for the ball. I saw defensive possessions where guys were locked in, grabbing. So we saw some of that in the second half. As a matter of fact, the Lakers probably made the second half look a little better than it was because the Bucks, really dominated that second half. So for it to still end up, what is that? About a 26-point loss. It probably was closer. It was probably closer to 15. But again, no excuses for what happened at all tonight. Come on in the room. Get at us on the Twitter. Get at us in the in the chat if you stayed up to watch that game. If you saw that massacre tonight, then as you come in, hit the like button for yourself. Smash the like button for yourself as you saw that loss tonight, 119-95. Again, tonight, we're going to be quick. So let's get to it. The game recap. We talked them up. We brought the apology forms out. And then he made fools of us tonight. But shout out to Kuz for getting a point and a rebound. Saying, hold up, I can't give you to Tony Snell. 1.1 rebound tonight. He was 0 of 6 from the field, 0 of 5 from 3. 5 fouls tonight. I thought, listen, here's what I say on Kuzma. The shot, all 5 of the threes were open. Like, they were open looks. And we talk about process, but again, I don't start of games. I really like Kuz to attack. You got to attack, man. Again, if you want to take the first couple threes they give you, fine. But once you miss the first 2, I don't care if they leave you open. I don't care. You've got to attack and make something happen. And it just wasn't good enough tonight. But again, it wasn't good enough from anybody outside of Giannis. It really wasn't. It just wasn't good enough. Giannis 32, 10, and 5. Again, he gives. I'm leaving here with something. Good night for him. He balled. He did his usual. Giannis did what he usually does to any opponent. Miles Turner, ass. 3 points, 8 rebounds, 1 of 4. Again, we talk about Kyle Kuzma. At some point we got to talk about Miles Turner. I know people we're trying to give him that opportunity, that space to get here and to assimilate to this basketball team. He hit threes last night, but again, when the only thing you're good for is I'm taking threes, and that's all you do, that's all you can do, then it's gonna be shot variance every single night. Every single night. AJ Green, 15 points, 3 boards, 5 of 10 from 3. AJ Green, AJ Green was good. He had a big stretch in the third quarter where he rattled off 3-point shots. So that was good. But you got to play better than that. Ryan Rollins, that's what a backup point guard looks like. That's what a guy who really is not a starting caliber big time point guard. That's what he looked like tonight. 10 points, 3 assists, 2 steals, 4 of 11. Minimal impact. Jericho Sims, no points, 2 boards. Gary Trent, 13 tonight. Gary Trent, I thought, had a decent night. He was 5 of 12 from the field. Bobby Porter's 8 and 6. Gary Harris, 6 points. He was just letting Luka use him like a rag doll. Cole Anthony, 0 points, 5 boards, 7 assists. I don't know what the hell Cole Anthony's out there doing. I really don't. I don't understand. I just don't understand his game. Get to a couple super chats here. Charles Posine, appreciate the super chat. He says Giannis leaving hype going to be 10 out of 10 on Monday. So I just don't that's kind of stuff I don't get. We are 100% watching the last Bucks Giannis season. Turner's 0 upgrade over Brook. No quicker and 0 post game. Zesty 3 points. I disagree completely. I disagree with this entire post here from Charles. Again, why would the hype be 10 out of 10? This was a game. Listen, this was a game where it just every team has nights like this. It just didn't go right. Every team has nights where they come out and they just don't have it, and that's what happened tonight. Like it's if you can't take a game and say, "Oh, this team's going to win a championship," you can't take a game and say that you lose and say, "Oh my God, it's all falling down." I disagree with the Turner's no upgrade over Brook. Disagree with that. No quicker. I disagree. Again, I think for whatever reason the Bucks and Doc Rivers believe that he can switch everything and play. Like, again, the drop can work a little. It didn't work for Brook because Brook couldn't recover. But you can still play some drop with Miles Turner. There's nothing wrong with playing a little drop. He's going to be able to – the difference is he can still protect the rim. He can still come out a little bit. Like, Brook just lost everything. So I think you got to get back to a little bit of drop with Miles Turner. I'll agree on offensively. I will agree. Just nothing there right now for Turner outside of hitting threes. William Moraine, super chat, says this loss is on Doc. His rotations are horrible. You must match star power on star power. Why did he bring Giannis off so early in the fourth? Why did you leave Giannis off for so long when we brought it down to 13? Somewhat I agree, but somewhat I don't. Like, I don't necessarily disagree with some of the issues that Doc had, William. My issue is I have a hard time putting on Doc when you come out and get like Doc can't make like Doc's not a bad enough coach to where you down 30 like in the first half of the game. Like that's not to me that's not on Doc. Like the guys didn't come out, they shot the ball horribly, and they didn't play great defense. Like, but down 30, I don't think that's coaching. Like I always say to me when I think of in this football, basketball, whatever. The sign of a bad coach to me is in close games. When you're losing close games, when you can't figure out a way to get over the hump, and it's like the decisions that you make cause you to lose games, like here or there or whatever. And but your team is there tonight. Like when you come out and you lose by 40, or you step off the plane and step into the gym and y'all ain't got. That to me, that's not on the coach. That's just not to me. That's not on the coach. So I get it. Are there things Doc could do better? Yeah. But tonight, you go out and you get popped by 30 before you even look up at the scoreboard. That's not Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers ain't making Ryan Rollins play like ass. He didn't make Miles Turner play like ass. He didn't make AJ Green's first half like ass. He didn't make Kyle Kuzma miss every shot he took. That's not on Doc Rivers. There are things to talk about Doc Rivers for, but that's not it. Let's go to LA side. Luka, 41, 9, and 6. It's interesting, because you look at it, you think, oh, look at this great game. He was 9 of 19, so he didn't even. And again, he said he had 5'11", hit some big time threes. But I don't know. I thought that actually looking at the game, you felt like he scored. You felt like he hit more shots than he did, and he really didn't. He was 9 of 19. Tonight. He took 20 free throws, 41 points, half of them for the free throw line. And half of I don't know that he had any of them driving. I think all of his free throws came from jump shots. I could be wrong. Maybe there's one or two. I think almost all of them came from him shooting jump shots. Which again is what it is. Give him credit. But that's what I think. William Moraine, another super chat. He says the lead balloon once Giannis came off. Luka played the whole first quarter, and the lead was already double digits. I mean, yeah, we can Yeah, I'm not disagreeing. I have issues with some of the rotations, but other guys got to play better. Like you can't get down 30. That's all. That's all I'm saying. I don't disagree with you about some of the minutes and the rotations, but you can't get yourself down that bad. DeAndre Ayton 20 and 10, and that's the most disheartening thing when I look at like Miles Turner.
Yeah.
Like dog, DeAndre Ayton giving you 20 and 10. Come on, fam. Come on, fam. Austin Reeves 25, 6 and 8. I don't. You could make the argument Austin Reeves was just he was just as good as Luka Doncic, just didn't get to the line. But he actually shot a better percentage. He was 9 of 17. There was a shot in this game where the Bucks were trying to get back in it, and they probably could have. And Austin Reeves would have closed that door. Jake LaRavia 4.6 rebounds. Brodny James is a 2-pack of ass. I don't know what the point was of him start. I don't understand it. Don Connect 9.6 rebounds. Jack Hayes 10.6 boards. Maxi Kleber with 3 points. Yeah, man. Like I don't have much on this one. I think that great second half from the Bucks. They showed some effort. They showed some fight. Austin Reeves and Luka kind of closed that door. I think there was a moment where they got it to 13 or 12 maybe. And then Luka hit like back-to-back threes, boom, right back to 18, whatever. And it was what it was at that point because Luka kind of closed the door to end the third quarter. But you got it. Listen, you got to come out and play hard at the very beginning of the game. And if you're not willing to do that, then these nights are going to happen to you. And last thing I'll say, anybody said this team needs to trade. The NYC Randy super chat. This team needs a trade. I just don't know what it is. We have a horrible defense, no bench. That sounds like a first-round exit. I'm not saying they don't need a trade, but at some point, again, I got it. This is what I say, NYC, to that. I'm not saying they don't need a trade, but what I'm saying is this team doesn't, and I've said this before, they don't have a lot of room for error. The margins are thin. And so when you're telling me that they're missing KPJ, and you want to talk about Ryan Rollins, but KPJ is their second best creator. Maybe Ryan Rollins, but he's second or third, whatever you want to say. That's a big blow for a team that's thin around the margins. It just is. Yeah. So, that's where we are. Charles was in another super chat. He says, Austin Reeves is nice, but can somebody explain to me why a guy that doesn't form a single bead of sweat need a damn headband? Okay. Cool. But yeah, like I said, it can go a lot of different ways. I don't have a lot to analyze. To me, I throw a lot of this away. I just don't have a lot on the analyzing side of it. They got to come out and play better. Again, drop defense, talk about minutes, but tonight was a bad night, 119-95. That's what I saw. Chris, what'd you see?
My issue is that, this keeps happening. Like it's one win and then it's a loss the next day, or it's 2 wins and 2 losses after that, or it's 1 win, 2 losses that immediately follow. This team just doesn't really make much sense to me. That's why it's hard to analyze this one, because it's like, okay, if you got a ton of guys that surround Giannis and they're gonna shoot all the time, well then where's the damn makes? Like, you can't have the whole squad missing tons of shots. Like, where are the makes coming? And you thought you had the guys to do that with AJ Green, with Gary Trent Jr., and they didn't have. Obviously they tightened up a little bit in the second half, but it's too late. It's too late, guys. Like, you're not going to want to start with a 30-point deficit and then, all of a sudden we're going to start making shots. That just can't happen. And then the bench is way too thin for us to rely on anybody else but Giannis. Like, this is who we are, I think, a little bit at this point. And we talk about, obviously, with KPJ out. And, if Ryan Rollins has a bad night, then you're kind of left with – if Ryan Rollins and Kuzma have a bad night, you're kind of left with nothing outside of Giannis. Like, How many of these guys are actually dependable to have consistent nights in the NBA? Not many of them, if any, at all. I want to talk about the Cole Anthony situation off the bench is getting bad too for us. Like, the amount of dumb decisions that are taking place. I wouldn't even be mad if you let Mark Sears go in there because he's not going to make so many dumb decisions and just at least move the ball around and not turn it over and take bad shots. Like at this point, you got to try things. And to me, the KPJ addition coming back, that'll be great. And it furthers our point yesterday where it's like, dude, Cole Anthony can't run that second unit. He just can't. There's no threat offensively there. He showed a little glimpse versus the Raptors a couple of weeks ago, but really since that, it hasn't been much. So, yeah, I'm feeling exactly like some of the chat is feeling when they talk about that this team is a 500 team and this team needs to make a move. I'm starting to let those thoughts creep in because I'm just tired of wasting my time. And those of you that were in the building watching the game, I mean, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your hard-earned money. Like that's an issue that this Bucks team is creating for us fans. Like, why would we care when you don't care on the floor in the first 30 minutes of the game? It's just it's tough to come to that realization, but I mean, it's the truth. I didn't see any good tonight. Again, defensively, it's the same thing, and we saw a lot of this past week. Why are guys that can actually make three-pointers wide open? Why are we not getting rotations correct? Like, there's just a ton of things that are going into these bad games, these bad moments that it's hard to put a finger on how you fix it because it's a ton of things. It's a ton of issues. So, yeah, I'm not happy with the way that they played tonight at all.
Lakers rebounded the Bucks tonight. I'll read about them by 8, 47-39. A constant problem. Last Quincy, with his super chat, he says the Bucks have to pick their Giannis rest days better. Bucks should have been 3-1 this week, and everyone would have been feeling great about this team. Last Quincy, we talked about this again at length the other night. To me, it never made sense for Giannis to play in this game. If you're going to use a rest day, Giannis should have played the 2 Charlotte games. And then again, this is so crazy because we're having this conversation. What conversation would we be having if the Bucks had played Charlotte twice, beat Charlotte with Giannis, and it sat Giannis tonight? And even if you lost like this, you'd have been saying, "Who cares? Who cares? Let's keep moving." That's how that would have been and instead of all this negativity, that would have been the narrative around this team. You won 2 games this week, and you keep moving. That was the narrative. And by playing it like this, dumb. It was just dumb. It was dumb. There was no reason to do this. But again, I'll give you the whole, I'll give you the whole reason as to why I'm still optimistic about this Bucks team. Again, look, this is, and so this is JJ Redick, but look what he does here with the minutes. Luka played 40 minutes last night, just like Giannis played 40 minutes. Luka played 38 minutes tonight. Austin Reeves played 36 minutes tonight. And G says, no, it wouldn't. The narrative would be it wouldn't be that we can't beat contenders. You didn't play one. And oh, by the way, didn't we beat the Knicks? We already beat the Knicks, didn't we? Warriors aren't terrible. Say what you want about the Warriors. You just beat the Warriors. Steph Curry been going for 40 2 nights in a row. So no, your nerve wouldn't be you can't beat contenders. You didn't play one. And I don't. The Lakers in the West, I don't know that they're some world beaters. I don't know that. But anyway, but no, what I was getting at was Luka Doncic plays. The Lakers were up 30 tonight. Luka Doncic still plays 38 minutes. Do you think at any point? Think about how many times this season the Bucks maybe they got up. Let's say the Bucks got up 8, 9, 10 points. Boom, Giannis comes out. Next, the bench comes in, and next thing you know, you're at the first quarter. In the first 6 minutes of the game, you're up 10, and then you end the quarter, you're down 2 because Giannis doesn't play that entire time. Luka plays, and ain't like Luka doesn't have injury history. 38 minutes from Luka, and they were down 30. They were up 30. The Bucks, who were down 30, who needed their star even more because they were losing, Giannis plays 31 minutes tonight. So again, you know what the biggest change from right now to in the playoffs is Giannis is going to play 38, 39, 40 minutes. He's got to if you want to win. So yes, give me 10 more on-court minutes of Giannis. Big change for this basketball team. But that's one thing. Doc, number one, he's not chasing these wins. He clearly isn't chasing the wins right now. But again, there's no excuse for how we came out. I'm not excusing that. I'm just saying, again, Giannis is, if you want to win these games, the best teams, their best players play basketball. So that's the thing. If you're resting Giannis against Charlotte anyway, to only play him 30 minutes against the Lakers on the back, why? Let's just sit him just sit him tonight. If he's only play 30 minutes anyway, what are we doing?
Yeah. I mean, you hit it on the head because, you even mentioned it, and knowing that this is the end result, hindsight's 20/20, right? It's easy to say that now, but, that was something you were saying, when the first Hornets loss happened. And I obviously, I would say that, like, if this loss happened without Giannis, I think this would be a different type of energy around this post. Like, it'd be a lay down scheduled loss, right? If Giannis isn't out there. But instead, we mismanaged that a little bit, and look what happens. Now we have Giannis, and we still get whooped. So yeah, I think we could definitely monitor that a little better, especially just how hard he's playing every single night, and trying to will this team to victory. Like even coming in for those little stretches where we were able to cut the lead to 13, and he's out there giving his all, but guys are still dealing with the same stuff, not missing shots, the effort's not there, and you end up wasting that. So I think it's tough to come to that realization that maybe we should have sat him tonight and then played him both games during the week, and maybe we'd have a better perspective on this.
Clip tension. Appreciate you coming in with a super chat. He says, 1, we're inconsistent. 2, Drew is a need. 3, fire Doc. Talk about Drew the other night. Listen, man, the fire Doc stuff again. It's not happening. So it's not. You can say it all till you're blue in the face. He's not getting fired this year. Nah, it's famous last words. I don't think Adrian Rivers is gonna get fired. But Doc Rivers is not gonna get fired this year. So I don't understand it. Quick Draw McGraw says Bobby Portis, Turner, Cole Anthony, and the first round pick should be available. I'm sure. Now listen, Turner. I don't believe Turner is gonna be available. I'm not saying that he wouldn't be. But I don't think they're shopping Miles Turner. Because that's the other thing. If you there's the only thing about when going to Miles Turner route, you cannot trade you can't trade a Miles Turner to cover a hole, which what you say is a wing player that you're gonna. Then you'd have a monster hole at center again. So I don't think you can just I get it. That sounds good, but to that's almost like if you got you're leaking and you take a patchwork somewhere else and put it here, you back leaking over there. So that doesn't make any sense. To me, it doesn't. And he does have a big deal. I actually like your point though, Chris, where you talk about you got this team, of shooters, AJ Green, Gary Trent. To extent, Bobby Portis, Miles Turner, and they're not hitting the shots. And you gotta hit the shot. Like tonight, they ended up being 15 and 39 for 3. So you close it up and make almost 40%. Shot it better than the Lakers. Now again, defensively is the other thing the Bucks have got to work on. But you gotta stay in the fight a little better. You gotta stay in. You can't get down 30 points. You gotta stay in the fight, man. But I was just incredibly disappointed with everything tonight. And again, I just don't. There's really not much to say about it. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to chalk it and toss it, and just say, hey, this was a bad one. You have, as somebody in the chat mentioned, there are a number of high quality opponents that are coming up in the next 6-7 games for the Bucks. And they're that'll I do think they got to listen if they can go. Let me pull up the Bucks schedule here. Coming up, so the Milwaukee Bucks on Monday, they have the Cleveland Cavaliers. Let's go through the schedule, Chris. This is what I want to do. Let's go through the schedule and you tell me how this ends. You got the Cavaliers on Monday. You have the 76ers on Thursday. Then you have the Pistons on Saturday, Blazers next Monday, the Heat the day before Thanksgiving, and the Knicks on Friday after Thanksgiving. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You call this Lakers one too a tough one. That was seven quality opponents in a row here. How does this? And you start off 0-1 against the Lakers. How does this finish?
Well, if I'm taking off the rose-colored glasses here, I can't imagine us finishing anywhere better than maybe 4-2, right? Like the
Over
way
these 6, okay.
Yeah, of the 6, and then if it was Lakers 4-3, but to me, like that would be exceeding my expectations because we don't expect KPJ to be back, and
No.
I think that you're just at a point where the guys, the effort, the rebounding is too inconsistent to rattle off a major streak of wins here within these next 6 games, right? You talk about, okay, so Cavs, look, we played them close. We had Giannis that game, right?
Yes, Giannis played that game, and we played him really well.
Yeah, and that might have been one of the games where we didn't have KPJ for the first injury, like where we expected him to miss like 1 week or whatever. But yeah, we did play them well, and I'd expect us to come out and maybe get a win there. But then who would be next? The Sixers, and then the Pistons, 2 scrappy teams, 2 younger teams playing good basketball. Like those are toss-ups. And then again, Portland, they're pretty decent. They got good players. Toss-up. Like these are all toss-up games to me because I haven't seen any sort of consistency yet this season, and we've already seen the Bucks drop games to bad teams and beat good teams, right? So I just can't see us winning more than 4 of those, and I think we'd be lucky to win 4 of those of the 6. 3-3.
Do we have Justin? I see him in our.
Oh, I'll put him in there. You give your prediction first.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, and I see the chat again. That's what happens after you lose. It's, oh my God, we can't win a game. We can only win one. See somebody saying we can only win 1 game. Listen, I think the Cavs are tough because of personnel. The team in here that I would, if I was banking on, oh, we're definitely going to beat it, I think we'll beat the 76ers for sure. To me, the Sixers, whether Embiid is there or not, I don't know what the hell's up with him. Again, it's going to be much easier for us to shut down, if you will, like their best player is a smaller, diminutive guard, and not like a Luka Doncic or somebody like again, nobody. Probably the closest one out of these guys. Probably the closest one is Donovan Mitchell to being, and he's not as tall as Luka Doncic. But Donovan Mitchell's probably your your closest comp to that. Like I think that side again, Luka torches everybody. Luka's a top 5 player in the NBA. Nobody else that's on this list, that you're not playing anybody else as a top 5 player in the NBA. Like Donovan Mitchell is not top 5. Tyrese Maxey is not top 5. Kay Cunningham's good. He ain't top 5. Blazers ain't got a top. The Heat, Hero's not. Is Hero back yet? I don't even think he's back. So I mean, I don't think that these aren't world beaters that I think are coming. But you are playing against good, tough teams. You're gonna have to play well, and Giannis is gonna have to carry a lot of what goes on. And again, I think you'll end up just fine, honestly. So if I was to make a prediction, I think you do. I think you lose. It'll be the Cavs one. I think you either lose Cavs or Pistons, but you'll beat the Sixers. So in these 3, I'll go 1 and 2. You beat the Blazers. That's 2 and 2. You know what the Bucks do on NBA Cup night. So that's 3 and 2. And then you'll beat the New York Knicks because that's another NBA Cup night, 4 and 2. And here's the other great thing about these games that are coming up. Now again, it's one day out, but you have a day off in between all of them at least. You're playing on Monday, and then you don't play again until Thursday against the 76ers. And then you have a day off and you play against the Pistons. So I think there's a little bit better of spacing-wise in this game. So, yeah, this 76ers game for sure is going to be winning. So I'm going, again, 1 and 2, 2 and 2. I'm going 4 and 2 in the next 6 games for the Bucks.
Well, and then I'll also say that real quick before you intro Justin, like something just has to change, right? Like the amount of consistency that comes from our shot makers and guys that are supposed to be finding their shot at this point, working through misses and working through not being able to defend. I think about AJ Green. I think about Gary Trent, right? Like at some point, something has to give. There has to be a game where it's not 5 of 12. It's not 3 of 9. It's not 1 of 4 from the field. Like our best wings that are shooters need to start having good games. That's all that it'll take for us to play at a consistent level. I mean, the rebounding is an issue itself. The defense is an issue in itself. But, like, for example, tonight, I feel like we would have been way better off if we just were to make easy shots in that first half.
I also want to, like, I see quick. Well, let me see. Another super chat from NYC Randy. He says SGA and Joker play less than 30 minutes while also coasting on defense. That's what drafting well does. Leaning on defense, it's our only shot. Our chip we won off defense. Now we have a bad defense. Again, you always talk about contenders. Who the hell has Denver? Who has Denver played? As always, you beat them all. Denver's played a bunch of bums. So it's so funny to me. Again, I think Denver's they're a good basketball team. But it's so fun. The narratives are always different when it's somebody else. Like if we had the schedule that Denver had, people like Denver has like a top 5 defense this year, or top 10 defense. They're not a top 10 defense. They're a good team. They're not a top 10 defense. They played a bunch of bums. That's what they've done. But if that had been us that did it, we haven't proven ourselves yet. We're not good enough. We can't tell. I don't know what the Bucks are until you beat somebody good. Beat somebody good. I don't know. Denver's played a bunch of bums. Now SGA, yes, but again, nobody's sitting up here saying that we're OKC. Let's get that straight. I'm trying to win a playoff series or two. We're not in OKC's category. I'm not about to sit here and tell you that. The best we could do to talk about that is if you were to get there again, which will be the finals. So I'm not comparing myself to OKC. And guess what? I don't think anybody in the East that you line up. I don't think the Knicks are OKC. I don't think Philly's OKC. I don't think Cleveland is OKC. Toronto's 8-5 right now. They ain't OKC. So like this whole comparisons to OKC. Okay, for what? That's not where you are. We ain't won a playoff series in 3 years. Don't sit here trying to compare yourself to OKC. But then somebody else says, I disagree with Quick Draw McGraw because he says we needed OT to beat Charlotte. No, we didn't. No, we really didn't. Again, this is one where again goes back to the minutes. Giannis was like a plus 15 or something during that game. The Bucks were fine. The starters were all plus double digits. The Bucks didn't need all they need to do is if they play their starters more minutes, which again every other team finds a way to do. We just don't do it. So no, I don't think we needed overtime to beat them. We just needed to play our guys a little bit longer than we do. So Charlotte, they didn't. There's no way you watched that game. To me, I watched the game. I didn't think Charlotte had a chance. Overtime, they didn't have a shot in the world at beating the Milwaukee Bucks that night, especially when it went to overtime. And that's why you played 5 minutes, and guess what? In those 5 minutes, you had 5 straight minutes of your starters playing, and you whooped their ass by 13 in overtime. They got their ass. How you lose by 13 in 5 minutes? They ain't had no damn chance, no damn overtime. I'm sorry. Go. Justin's on. What's up, Justin? What's up, Justin? Get in here, man. Give me some optimism, because I got everybody's down. Again, I'm not saying it was a bad night, but please give me some. I know you got some optimism for me.
Hey, Los Angeles Lakers, they brought it tonight. They flew in. They wanted to prove a point to us, man. And Luka's amazing. Austin Reeves is a great player. I think he's an all-star this year. They just had it tonight, man. This team doesn't know how to win yet. And what I mean by that is, yeah, we can win a basketball game here or there, but we truthfully don't know how to win. And you mentioned earlier, as far as comparing us to the OKC Thunder and where they were last year or this year, I'm looking more towards that Pacers team of last year. You know, trying to figure out a way to get things going. Because I think you look at pound for pound what that team was last year, we have the best player on earth still, and we had a terrible night tonight. Kuzma, horrible. I mean, Gary Trent Jr., horrible. Miles Turner. I mean, dog, you want this junk? Give it up, right? All right, what we doing? We're going to be fine, though, man. It's a very long season. It's 82 games. I'm going to stop coming here getting, Chris King and to calm me down, tell me, man, stop going off on a tangent. I'm going to stop it, man. I'm going to wait to February 1st, man. We're going to be all right. I really think Ryan Rollins is going to get better. I think this is just an outlier. I think we're a lot more of the positive stuff we've seen this year than the negative stuff. So, hey, man, them boys gave us belt to ass. They whooped us. Shout out to my daughter. She's a big Lakers fan. She let me hear it on the text. It is what it is. I thought Kobe and Shaq came back out there tonight. We was getting cooked. And my only other thing is, man, light-skinned hair boy, DeAndre Ayton.
I don't know what the hell he had on his head.
Goodness gracious. Boy got legit dookie braids. You cannot let that dude kill you in the manner in which he did. You just cannot. Not him. Anybody but him. I'm okay if it's Jackson Hayes. Not DeAndre Ayton, though. Sometimes you need to be, what did they say? Sometimes you need to be punched in the mouth to realize you're in a fight. Hopefully we ain't fighting Mike Tyson and we ain't knocked out, bro.
That was a good point. That was a great point you made, though, Justin, on the Pacers. Because if we were Pacers fans and this was called, I don't know, Yes Sir's crossover, the Pacers didn't. The Pacers didn't get good last year till after New Year's.
Yeah,
they were ass. So again, I get it. I get it. You be upset all you want to. Talk about the team. The Pacers were ass until they were a very average basketball team. They're probably a little below average last year.
Personnel wise, I don't know though. Personnel wise, I would put their personnel over ours right now.
They weren't okay, but they didn't play to that level. And then something clicked around New Year's, and they took off. That's all. I'm just saying they weren't good. That's all. Objectively, they weren't good.
When you look at the NFL season, what did Herm Edwards tell you? You got to week 4 or 5. It's kind of where you're playing it out. You're going through the motions and stuff like that, and then it takes off. And that's about what? 25 to 30% of that NFL season, give or take the year when Herm first made that comment. So I think we get to about 25 to 30% of this NBA season. Let's see where the Bucks are. I mean, I completely understand why you gentlemen are frustrated. I'm frustrated as well. I mean, I thought Giannis sat out Wednesday to win these two. So it goes back to what we were talking about a couple shows ago, as far as you don't have Giannis sit out neither one of the Hornets games, and you punt the Lakers game, if any of them. For the next 6 games, I'm just going to say, man, I see 4-2, man. I think this team is so Jekyll and Hyde. We can lose to the Toronto Raptors, the Sacramento Kings, and then we can beat the Oklahoma City Thunder and New York Knicks and this team and that team, man. So if you're from the state of Wisconsin, it reminds you a lot of your Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, but at what point does that become an issue that they're too Jekyll and Hyde? At what point does, if this doesn't click, if these guys don't find a way to play above the basketball card, if they don't find a way to turn it around like the Pacers, because to me it seems like the issues now with this basketball team have now kind of spiraled into, okay, the guys that are supposed to be good aren't making shots. The guys that we brought in for defense, the guys that we kept around for defense aren't playing good defense, right? Like the minutes, whatever it is with the rotations and all that stuff, like that stuff is getting scary for us. I think just the way that it's happening at too of a consistent level.
No, listen, you're not wrong. Go ahead, Justin.
No, I'm gonna say he's super fair, absolutely right. And I mean, sometimes there's some alarming things that come to play, right? Like, back in the day when we were all single, you're looking at that chick and it's the red flag and it's another red flag and it's another red flag. But how many of them joints do you ignore? So, Chris, you're spot on. But this is what we pay Doc Rivers and that coaching staff that money for. You got to get these guys motivated and get these guys to play better. I think, I may be way off and I'm sure they're going to kill me. D-Wally, he's still on the roster because you and everybody else say how terrible he is. So I don't think anybody else in the NBA wants him. But you go show me who wants your shit You go trade the fat ugly bitch for Beyonce. See who's giving you Beyonce back. Just saying.
That's a good analogy.
I lost my whole train of thought. Doc has to get these guys to go better. And you're getting all these red flags and you're getting that stuff and you're getting the toxicity. I think Taurean Prince was a lot more valuable to this roster, and maybe his presence was more of a present than we actually know. I think Kevin Porter Jr. was a lot more valuable to this roster than what we think. And we got to get somebody in here to hoop.
I thought, going back to the game, I couldn't believe that the three they took off from Miles Turner, again, I'm not saying they would have won the game, but the three they took off from Miles Turner, I didn't understand that. People talking about on Twitter when it was a 13-point game and it took 2 possessions later and they took the three. I didn't understand. I don't know if everybody saw that in the chat. I'm sure you did. I thought that was kind of wild. I really didn't understand how you got to that. Yeah. And the crazy thing is when they showed the replay, I mean, again, I'm assuming I really didn't see it. It wasn't like it was like some super obvious thing. I really didn't see it. A lot of people talking in the comments about how the Pacers were injured. So are we. So are we. Taurean Prince is again, tell you what, rotation player out. KPJ was our starting point guard, and our Martin Thin is out. So yeah, we're injured too. Oh well, cry me a river.
Yeah,
Pacers injured this year, and them sorry mofos 1-11, 1-12. Maybe they come back this year too. You know what? Don't tell them about no damn Pacers, man. It's sorry, suck. Well, now they're tanking. They're gonna get somebody in the draft. Yeah, suck too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm certainly not like unwilling to not hold out until KPJ comes back because I really do want to see what they look like with him back in the mix because I mean he had to have made at least a little bit of a jump over the summer for them to trust him to be the head over heels guy on night one, and then we saw like a 5-minute stretch of it, right, or a quarter of it, and then it just went south. So at least, when we keep talking about KPJ and how he's going to be big for us, that's something that we all truly believe, but it's just, it just sucks the nights that we don't have him because it makes you kind of think about it like, are our issues going to be bigger than KPJ coming back? And it could be.
And I think because NYC Randy's talking a lot about the defense and how bad we are, and I don't disagree with that. I just feel like we got to figure out a way to get Miles into his strong suit and get some of these other guys into their strong suits. And guys got to – I mean, I've said this a bajillion times this year. You got to play to the level of the back of your basketball card. Or for you young folks, you got to play to your 2K rating. We got a lot of dudes playing below their 2K rating right now. I saw G Sosa in the chat. I think it was G Sosa. What's your excuse for Kuzma tonight? There's no excuse for nobody. Everybody got cooked with the exception of maybe Giannis.
Hey, yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Bucks were down 30 before you looked up. Kuzma, the whole team sucked. Everybody sucked tonight. What was the excuse for Rollins tonight? He wasn't good. What was the excuse for Miles Turner tonight? He wasn't good. What the hell was the excuse for Cole Anthony tonight? What's the excuse for Cole Anthony every night? Like, what are you come on, man? Like, Kuzma, like, shut up. It's so weird. Clip Tension says, Super Chat says, Ajax would have been perfect for us if he had offense. I agree. Yeah, no, Ajax would have been. I mean, I listen. He would have been, but he's
ass on offense.
Yeah, he's ass.
I mean, hey, Justin, you'd be proud of me. I stuck around before setting up the show. I wanted to see what Mark Sears and them boys could bring in Thanasis. I saw Ajax take one confidently, and you know what that thing did? It was like a rainbow. It was like a rim grazer. It barely touched the rim. It kissed the rim and then fell right down. It was like, dude, this is. I mean, I don't know. And the jumper is not pretty, by the way. Like that jumper looks terrible. So he's gonna be kind of an afterthought for now.
I hate and so Doc Rivers, I can't stand when he does stuff like this. After the game, he said, quote, honestly, we were just tired tonight. I think you watched last night's game. It was an overtime game, played an amazing pace. So I think we'll keep getting better, maybe. Keep getting better in shape on them. But we had nothing tonight. What are we talking about? Keep getting in shape. We were tired. What?
It's lazy.
Come on, Doc.
You just got to say we sucked. We were terrible tonight. It was a horrible night. Move on. Throw the tape. This is a throw the tape in the trash night. It's just what it is. I think these dudes are better than a 30-point deficit to the Los Angeles Lakers. Are they a better team than the Lakers right now? I don't think so. I think the Lakers are better than us. I think there's quite a few teams in the NBA that are better than us. I mean, I look at my guy, Big Bob. He not hooping. You mentioned a plethora of other dudes that aren't hooping. Gary Trent Jr. is not hooping right now. Dog, you got to hoop. And Doc and the entire staff has to coach better. They're better than this. That's my whole thing. We're all better than this. You know, dude with the Ajax, and I appreciate it. Yeah, for sure, man. Again, we're going to go back to that fat bitch. If she got on that treadmill, she ran, she'd be a dime. But right now, she at cookout with me. We fat.
Yeah. I just, how much are we tolerating that lazy excuse of, we're just tired tonight. We didn't have it tonight. Like, it's already happened. It's happened in previous years under Doc. So, I mean, how much, obviously that's the coach speak in him that's supposed to say that, but you'd like to see him take a little bit of accountability, right? What did JJ Redick say about him? Was that JJ? It said Doc throws his players under the bus.
Yeah.
Like, take some accountability for why this happened outside of just because you played an OT yesterday. You didn't have to travel. Everybody got to sleep in their own beds last night, unless it got stolen, Bobby. But like, I can't go with the continuous. We're tired. We didn't have it tonight. We'll just chalk it up and throw it away. I can't do that with Doc. That's what makes me the most infuriated about this.
The whole weekend, I just thought about it. Sorry, I didn't cut you off track. We lost to JJ Redick. Like, out of all the people to lose to that dude couldn't make a basket in Milwaukee.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he couldn't. Hermit Jane says, season's early. People need to relax. Yes, this team has some flaws, but I think they will improve. They have to improve, and they have a tough stretch coming up. I think they can be top 4. I agree, man. Like I said, I know it. That's the popular thing is to cry about how bad your basketball team is. But again, they do some positive things, and again, the second half, they outplayed the Lakers in the second half, like thoroughly outplayed them. So if you can play with that type of energy, you can play with that type of tenacity, and you can defend at that level, and you can score. If you can do all of that in the second half, then you just have to that stuff has to translate, and it just didn't tonight. It just didn't. Let's see, man. I'm really, like I said, I'm really at a loss. I know, Justin, you weren't here to start the show, but I'll give you, like I said, I'm really not trying to be out here super long tonight with how the Bucks played. And again, to me, it was like you said, it was a throwaway tape game, it was a throwaway game. You got to go out and you got to show something against Cleveland. And again, I'm not saying you don't have to beat Cleveland. I think this notion you got to be like 15 games on fire. You don't. You just have to go on a streak at some point in the season. It doesn't matter if it starts this week, which it probably won't, or if you look up and you have a streak. I'm looking at one right now. December 23rd, you have the Pacers. December 26th, you have the Grizzlies. December 27th, you have the Bulls, who are back to struggling. The 29th, you have the Hornets. The 31st, you have the Wizards. The 2nd, you have the Hornets. And the 4th, you have the Kings. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 7 games start on December 23rd, where you can rattle off 6-1, 7-0, and you'll be right where you need to be. So again, and that around that time, I'm assuming Scoot gonna be back. So I'm just saying, relax. There's time around the corner to beat up on bad teams, and relax. It's okay. It's all right. You'll get there. I guarantee there will be a 6 or 7 game win streak at some point in the season. Or it ain't gotta be a 6, 7 win, but there'll be a 6 out of 7, an 8 out of 10. Like, it's coming. It's just I wouldn't even try and do that. But I'm just saying that will happen. I promise you. Just wait on it, relax, and you will be just fine. At the end of the season, you'll be right there. But again, this week you do have to play well. Again, I'm not saying you have to beat Cleveland Monday, but you have to play some good basketball throughout the week here and keep pace and at least be, if you said 4-2, 3-3, you got to be in that range.
Well, and then I'll agree with one of the chats. Is like, if you have such a tough stretch coming up with this basketball team, some people said that this team may play down to a couple of teams' levels and stuff like that. And that may be true. And hopefully having a tough stretch puts them through the mentality of like, okay, no night's easy. Let's start taking care of our business versus good teams and bad teams alike. And that may help us with the consistency of winning games on a nightly basis.
What do y'all feel about the defense? Because I see a lot of stuff in the comments about the defense. Do you feel that's more of an effort thing? Do you think it's more of like Buckner's coaching? Do we just have guys in the wrong position? Because for me, the little bit of hooping I did in my life, defense was always an effort thing to a point. And you got a bunch of athletic dudes with the exception of Bobby, right? Bobby's not athletic. I'm not going to make an excuse for it. But other than Bobby, who's not athletic on this team? So it should be an effort thing, right?
I think they're putting. I think Doc. I think the scheme. What's the man's name? That does the defense. But I think the scheme is bad. We talked about this. I think we talked about before you got on. I think they got to get to a little bit of a drop. I think the issue with the drop was Brook Lopez was slow.
Yeah,
that was the drop worked when Brook Lopez was in his prime. It doesn't work anymore. So I really think that from a scheme standpoint, you got to get more into a little bit of drop because there's no reason Miles Turner's coming up. The scheme they had on Luka tonight, we just going haplessly double. Bobby Porter's run up the double. What we doing? Like, come on, man. That's Bush League stuff. I thought the scheme in general has been off, but tonight I didn't like we were doing it all tonight scheme wise. So I mean, I think there's room for improvement. We call that in corporate. They say there's opportunity. So I think there's a little opportunity there to get that right. And again, I'm just glad I'm seeing it early. I'm glad you're seeing it early. And I thought there was a little bit of drop that I saw, but I think they got to fully commit to it a little bit here. But again, man, I'm optimistic about this basketball. I really am. And again, I don't think it's going to be a 55-win team. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying they're going to be top 2 in the East. I'm not saying that. I'm saying they're going to be in position when it comes time in April. They'll be in position to where they're a top 5, top 4 seed, and whoever they play. And again, there's just nobody in the East that I truly believe there's nobody in the East that I'm like afraid of. Nobody in the East. Talking about OKC, nobody in the East that I'm afraid of. From the Knicks, Cleveland to even Cleveland, I'm just not afraid. I think we push Cleveland to 7 games. I think honestly, I'm not. I look at the East and Detroit's really, really, really good. I'd love to see the matchup. I want to see the matchup. But yeah, from New York on down, I think Detroit and Cleveland to me are probably the class of the East. Everybody on down is fair game to me. They really are.
Better be careful, man. They're gonna call you delusional.
Yeah, I know. I know. They think that Atlanta will come in and beat us in 5. I know. So, but that's me. Anyway, all right. Anything else before we move on to Twitter and then get to the game balls and keep pushing here?
Hey, read the Wisconsin kid first. Let's get the most negative one out the way at the beginning.
Well, I think that's isn't that
that's D. Wally.
Yeah. So he maybe he didn't put anything on the maybe he just kept it on the
chat tonight.
The chat instead of being on Twitter. Let's see what we got here.
You, Brody. For real, we do appreciate you. Everyone of you in the chat, positive or negative, we appreciate you.
Absolutely. At Sunk345 says also there's some Bucks fans that are strong disagree with me, but Taurean Prince and KPJ are very important to the squad, and their impact is sorely missed. Nah, like I said, we won't disagree with you on that. I absolutely agree with that piece. At YHK360 says Kuzma's our best trade piece. The team has done their best to raise his value, and he still doesn't fit us. Shop his ass. LMAO. Like, I don't even know. Like, the team's in the best rate. He doesn't. Again, the fit isn't the problem. Like, Kuzma fits. I think the fit is there. How does he play is one thing, but the fit makes sense to me. At BSD Gazette, the fit didn't work with Chris Middleton. That fit didn't work. At BSD Gazelle says a horrific basketball performance on both ends of the floor. We got the worst bench in the NBA, and this team isn't fun to watch anymore. Going to be a long season. At NYC Rain says, I know you're going to say I'm overreacting, but without a trade, can't fathom how a terrible defense and a team that relies on hot shooting and only 2 creators with no bench wins in the playoffs. Just doesn't happen. We need a trade bad if we want a chance. I'm telling you. I'm not saying they don't need a trade. I'm saying that, you're going to have to get through this year. We got to get through the next couple months or whatever that is and just play basketball. And again, I wouldn't be banking on trade. Some people say, we're going to trade Miles Turner. If you give up on Miles Turner within the first, what do you think people are going to give up for Miles Turner if you have given up on him within the first 3 months that he got? Like, I get that. Doesn't that raise red flags? Hey, yeah. The Bucks waived and stretched Damian Lillard, put themselves in a financial bind to go get Miles Turner, and now they're going to shop him at the deadline. And you think we're going to give you some prime quality steak for that? It's right. What my man say? You see that interview where they kidnapped the little girl, and he was with and the little girl was with a black man, and then he said, dead giveaway. It said little white girl, dead black man, dead giveaway. That's a dead giveaway. There's no, what are you talking about? You want to trade Miles Turner? I'm nobody. If you trade the player you just went and got, I'm sitting here looking like, no, I'm not giving you anything for that. Doesn't make any sense.
And you know who else going right after it? Go ahead and send Giannis out of there too. Because you do all that, he going to.
Doesn't make sense. At AZip70 is an absolute embarrassment on so many levels. Kuz and Turner were ass. Cole was ass. Doc was beyond ass. Everybody except for Giannis. This team is in such dire need of a solid wing player. There's the Wisconsin kid. He says Doc Rivers is washed as a coach like it's the 2000. Cole, Anthony, and Portis are the main issues off the bench. They got to go ass on defense, black holes on offense. Turner plays soft, and Kuzma's inconsistent. Losing the next 3 is definitely on the table. Trades are needed.
Let me ask a question.
Go ahead.
Real quick. So when Cole started out the year and he was crazy, was he still that down on Cole then, or does this just start when Cole starts to struggle now?
Man, the bad has outweighed the good.
Yeah,
it's getting to that point. The bad has outweighed the good with Cole Anthony.
Yeah,
what was it? One great game off the bench.
It was like the first couple games. Okay, Cole. Yeah. But then it was a right. Like, it's not like Kuz had like legitimately a good year, and he's had probably like, he said tonight was like very bad, but he's probably had like two or three like okay game. Like, but other than that, he's been solid. And so people come after him and say, oh, he had a bad. Like, Cole's been bad for the majority of the time. Like, it's been like 1 or 2 good games. And then, Cole's been bad. But to me, again, half of it for Cole's decision making. Like, to me, for Cole Anthony, I almost believe it's kind of fixable because he almost needs to take on the Kuz mentality of, I'm not taking it. I have to slow down. I think his effort is fine. Like, it's not an effort thing. Like, Cole was skies for rebounds. Yeah, he fights all over the place. He plays like a smaller guard that is trying to prove himself. But it's the shot selection and it's the decision making. Like, but again, some of that is when you put him in an all bench lineup. I do kind of see where it's like I'm pulling.
You need to just listen to the rock, man. Just know your role, shut your mouth, hoop. Let's go.
The issue is also when it's like, okay, Giannis just tossed me a dime. I'm wide open in the corner and I brick.
Like, see, those are good shots. Those you got to hit those.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's a good like that's the other thing. The wide open, you got to hit. Like he had 1 or 2. Rollins had a couple wide opens that he missed tonight. Kuz had like 4. Every shot Kuz took was wide open tonight, and he just like you got to hit those shots. You just do. Last one at Chief_Maka says it's cool to have shooters, but if you don't have that second player that can consistently get buckets, it's not going to work. Well, again, the Bucks had their second player that consistently get buckets last year, still didn't work. So I get it, but you see a lot, man. You gotta have a complete team. That's it from Twitter. We'll leave it there. Y'all want to do game balls? I know you guys are gonna have a rough time doing game balls. But where you guys want to go with with the game balls. I'll give you guys a second to figure it out. I'll go first because I know you guys gotta be creative. Because you know me, it's gonna be easy. You gotta win to get in. I'm gonna go Luka Doncic, 41, 9 and 6 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks, 9 and 19. Got the free throw line 20 times. I know we don't like floppers. We don't like people who do that kind of stuff. But it's a skill getting to the line. So Luka Doncic gets my game ball tonight. Luka, a.k.a. my step back is pretty, a.k.a. number 77. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. A.k.a. Where you from, Serbia? Where you from?
One of them.
I don't know, but hey, we overseas and we balling. A.k.a. Yeah, Nico, where you at now?
Oh, shots fired.
I'm not picking anybody on the Bucks. I'll go Austin Reeves game ball. I thought that just the clutch shot making from him was what propelled the Lakers to winning this basketball game when we went and cut it to 13 or whatever it was. So Austin Reeves, much more efficient than Luka, and didn't need 20 free throws to do what he did. So I'm going Austin Reeves, a.k.a. wearing a headband, but I don't sweat, a.k.a. Boomer Sooner, a.k.a. White Chocolate.
White Chocolate.
Yeah, it's tough, man. For me, I'm looking at a lot of stuff on this Twitter and stuff like that, man. See the homie Jeff Norgard. I know y'all know him. UW Green Bay player, drafted to the Bucks for 15 minutes. He left the Bucks game and went to Michigan Tech to watch his son play after watching Knipple play last night. I'm saying all this to say I'm taking my shit to the crib. It's mine. AKA, you better hoop next game. AKA, I'm so mad I don't want to wake nobody up in the crib, but like, we close to dropping F-bombs on the Cream City crossover.
Okay. taking it to the crib. Charles Bozine gives the game ball to Miles Turner. To Miles Turner's nail salon tech because he had that gel coat looking real nice tonight.
Hey, chill out, yo. Chill out, yo. You got Caleb.
All right. I gotta stop. Appreciate Charles. Slovenia. That's where he's from. He's from Slovenia. Quick Draw McGraw giving it to DeAndre Ayton, aka Doodoo Braids. Hey, that was fun, man. Marcus was clowning him at the beginning of the game. That was funny. Marcus was going in on the braids. I don't know what was going on there. It was interesting.
When he didn't go to work because he had a snow day.
Yeah. It was crazy because everybody else made it to the game, but him. Like, I want to give you a break, but how did the entire team staff make it to the game? But somehow your neighborhood they ain't the snowplow and get there.
You got to get that brother a break, man. He from the Bahamas, man. He couldn't, it's different. Can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah, you can.
I come in late and I derail it, man. God darn it, man. These stupid people. If we go and we cook their ass in LA, does that make everything that was wrong tonight right? Or are we still?
Wait, what's the question?
If we go cook the Lakers in LA the same way they gave us belt to ass today, they did. Giannis go for 40-some. We beat him by 25, 30, and the sciatica of the nerve is healed for LeBron James as he's on the court to witness it. Does that make everything right with this loss, or is it still, are they separate entities no matter what to y'all two?
I'm hoping we forget about that by the next time we play the Lakers on that West Coast trip. So I would say that, it would probably make everything right. It depends on where we're at in the season,
Right. Yeah.
It just depends on that, right? Like if we're playing good ball and we go and take it to them the next time on the road, then everything will be all right. But if not, then I'm sure we'll be feeling pretty down regardless.
Yeah, that's right. I agree. I think it depends on where you're at in the season. I don't know when we play them again, but it just depends how things are. Again, hell, we could lose if we've been balling, we lose some. I'm okay. Like I said, this ain't like the Lakers. Lose the Lakers don't move me because that's not a team it's not a team you see in the playoffs. I'm probably more concerned about what happens when you, like I said, I was highly encouraged by the loss to Cleveland. So in a lot, I was highly encouraged by how we played Cleveland. I was highly encouraged by how we played the Knicks and beat them. I want to see how we match up with Detroit. I look at Toronto. fully healthy, Giannis playing 40 minutes tonight, we kicking Toronto's ass. So
good,
like, and right now Toronto's ahead of us in the standings. So again, those are the games I'm looking at. Chicago, I'm feeling good. Chicago's now they've fallen off. I'm good. I feel good about Chicago. Philly, I've always felt like we just have a better roster. I've always felt like Philly, like the things that they do well, don't hurt us. Now again, the difference is with Philly, even when Embiid, the difference was Brook Lopez could play Embiid, and that was one of his strengths on the matchup wise, because Embiid couldn't out quick him. But so we'll see what Miles Moesha Turner is looking like against what he looking like again whenever that comes up. But we'll see. We'll see. But no, I'm fine. We'll beat the Lakers. We'll be okay. All right, let's go. Let's look around the league. That's around. I ain't say he's slamming the fridge with his hips, but
hey,
if the Bucks win a chip, I'll take a video of me hitting every Miles Turner celebration, whether it be the antlers, whether it be closing the chapter. I'll do all that stuff.
Hey,
we win that little party, wink. You see wink with it too? Like, what are you doing?
Will you commit to building a Lego set? You gotta build a Lego set or something.
You got to
commit to it. Okay.
We win Sixer. Miles go 30. I wear these on the show for the rest of the year.
Hey, you ain't gotta worry. Miles ain't hitting no 30.
He gonna hit the 30 rack on these boys, man. I ain't talking about the Spotted Cow.
Yeah, I ain't hitting no 30. Let's see. 119-95. Lakers beat the Bucks. Timberwolves are up 2 over the Nuggets right now. We'll see interesting to see how that one plays out. Joker right now has 7-7-7. Let's see. Anthony Edwards with 7 points tonight. Julius Randle has 16. Naz Reid with 17 off the bench right now. Man, he's so much better. Naz Reid is like he's like the Bobby Portis you want. He's, why can't we everybody screaming Bobby? Why?
He's Najee Marshall.
You saw what was that a shot? Was that a shot? They said he played like Bobby. He said, I ain't no damn Bobby. So I don't play no damn. No, we don't. You ever see that's not when somebody says, oh, you play like this player, and that player says, no, the hell we don't. That's a shot. Like that was that was a shot.
That's why I said it. No, yeah, I mean Naz Reid, like, man, what we would do to have somebody like that play alongside Giannis. It seems like the 3 ball has just gotten so consistent for him.
Yeah.
So that's
is he that great defensively though?
Yeah. I think he holds his own for the most part.
For sure. He's better than Bobby.
I ignored that shit.
Cavs win tonight 108-100. I believe Ja Morant left with an injury, 7 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, so he'll be under investigation. Only playing 6 minutes tonight.
We can't trade for him? He couldn't save us tonight.
Nah, he ain't saving nothing. Thunder beat the Hornets 109-96. They are 13-1. Again, let me ask you, is 70 in consideration for OKC? They're 13-1, no J-Dub.
No.
You don't think he wins 70?
70.
I think eventually low management and stuff like that will take its toll. And like,
but here's the thing. Here's the thing though. When you get to that point, you're not low managing. Like you go if you see it in the distance, you're gunning for it. When you see 70 and at some point low managing goes out the window, right?
We had a point with the Milwaukee Bucks before COVID shut down that we were looking to track on pace to 70. And then eventually I felt like the law of the NBA, kind of like when you look at those Miami Dolphins teams that celebrates when the L comes in the NFL season. I feel like the law of attrition is going to take its toll, man. And SGA and those guys are great, man. Great coaching staff, great culture, great arena, great fan base, great everything. Won't take anything away from them. And if we're going to that top 5 thing, you know how I talked about in the previous show, Halliburton made me hate him even more. Like, I really like SGA, man. I thought he showed a great side of himself. However, I think there they're a 60-plus team win, maybe 65 if everything bounces in his favor. But I just feel like we're so early. I'm knocking on wood because I want to see everybody stay healthy. We're fighting injury bug right now, but it's gonna come.
I think King says they're winning 70. NYC Randy says they're winning 70. They just play hard, man. They play hard and what you don't see a lot of times. I think the thing is they're young enough, and they're young guys. Man, because I don't know what's in the water out there. OKC, man,
turn out guys in the second round that play immediate impact basketball. Like I mean, Justin and I probably watched more Brooks Barnheiser than we should have ever watched Northwestern basketball, but I mean, he's a good player, and he did it all for them, and they drafted him in the second round, and he's immediately making an impact. It's like sometimes you don't have to overcomplicate things. Sometimes you just get the guy who's going to do the little things and can shoot a little bit, and they may be able to make an impact. So I think Presti does a really good job.
Yeah. No, Sam Presti does a great job, and they have more picks coming up too, which is going crazy. Raptors beat the Pacers. Oh, I said the Pacers 111. They're 1-12. 129, 111. They are just the bottom feeders of the entire NBA. And here's the thing: they're gonna tank all that, and they still not get them one pick. Okay, that's it for the NBA look around. I will say shout out to John C. Smith, won the MEAC. Excuse me, won the CIAA championship. So they did that.
Shout out to Emmanuel Wilson too.
Interesting college games around that went around. I was watching that Pitt game. Notre Dame was turning up on them. Bama took an L today to Oklahoma. My Wake Forest Deacons beat Bill Belichick. So anything else you guys want to get at before we wrap this thing?
Marquette took that tough one.
Yeah, Marquette
on the 10.
Hey,
and look, listen, old buddy Slane, that's the dude, right? Chris from Maryland, their best low post guy.
Farrell Payne.
Oh, look, him too.
That was crazy. That was nasty fall off the rim. So if anybody didn't see it, Farrell Payne, he came over because Maryland has a full new coaching staff. Obviously, Kevin Willard, who was there last year, went to Nova, and then Maryland hired Buzz from A&M. So Farrell Payne went to A&M, now transferred to Maryland. He went up for a dunk and was like hanging on the rim, and he fell and just collapsed his leg. Like, it was bad. I don't know what it wasn't like a compound like fracture or anything, but it was just a terrible awkward.
Who was that?
Farrell Payne.
They a hooper.
P-H-A-R-R-E-L Payne.
And the bad part about it was Marquette was in the game, and they were actually cooking him when he was on the floor. But I feel like, Chris, and you correct me if I'm wrong, had he not been in foul trouble in the first half, Maryland runs away with that game. I think Marquette has.
Oh,
yeah, I was going to tell you that.
How do that?
I don't know.
I was going to tell you not to watch it, bro. But we got some prayers out to his family. Prayers out to him.
Damn.
But so when he got hurt, they went on like a 14-0 run, and they kind of took the game in. Buzz was the sharpest dressed dude in the state of Milwaukee, state of Wisconsin again. It's tough, man. My beloved Badgers. If the football game was 12.5 minutes, we would have beat Indiana. But unfortunately, you got a 40-minute football game. 60-minute? What is it? He can't.
My bad. I was still watching it. Oh, wait, what was the question?
How long is an NCAA football game? 60 minutes?
Yeah, it was 60.
All right, so it was a 7.5 minute football game. The Wisconsin Badgers and Luke Fickell would have beat the number 2 team, but Indiana and them brothers are good, man. They good every side of the ball, special team, tight end, wide receiver, fullback, running back, quarterback, coaching staff, fan base. Mr. Crosby agrees again. Greatest fraternity ever started in the United States of America was founded at Indiana University. Hey, they gave his belt to ass, so we got to find a way to beat that old fat-ass boy, Brett Bielema, Taco Chief, Bojangles Special. AKA Cookout Legend. We AKA and we ain't even in that junk no more. It's tough, Chris. It's so tough, man. They played such a good first half, but hats off to Indiana, man. What we got in the meet? We got any MEAC scores, man? I'm kind of down, man.
Dayton just beat a SWAC team today. So that's
there
good.
you go.
Beat
Who
Bethune. They beat Bethune at home. So Bethune-Cookman has a really good basketball team this year. And they beat them. They took Auburn to OT in game 1, but
Good.
Dayton beat them by 9, 91-82. Dayton Marquette next Wednesday is going to be a good one. Both teams need it. Who's going to need it more? Who's going to want it more? We'll see. I can't sit up here and say Dayton's going to beat Marquette, but I think it'll be a good game.
Howard lost
last year.
You're right. Like, last year when he still had Cam, I had T's and Q's. I had my chest poked out. I was excited. My brother Chris Crean gave us the best hospitality in the city of Dayton. Those people are phenomenal people. If you have an opportunity to go visit their arena, bar none, the best experience I've experienced in college sports. Those people are just so nice, man. And if you think Chris King is nice, go see them people. A whole lot of people are nicer than him, and that's saying a lot. But I can't tell you that we're gonna cook you this year, Chris. I want to say it. I want to tell you
for this year. I don't know. Anything can happen. We'll see if you guys show out, though. You better show out, because look, you're at the Fiserv. I know you guys don't have your own arena. That sucks, but we'll see. How do you guys respond from 2 losses? Is it gonna be packed? How's that gonna look? So I want to know.
Well, your boy's hooping this year, man, and he's getting Jimmy Butler comparisons.
And Chase Ross.
Yeah,
I like him too, but who else? that's the thing. That's the thing about Marquette. Chase Ross is really good, a great player. Who else?
Ben Gold was trying today, man. Everything was it was AJ Green philosophy, Trey. Halfway down and then it bounced out, man. So
Yeah, that's how it goes. Charles Williams says Justin the only Milwaukee native. Yeah.
Trey he like a Milwaukee cousin though.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't get there till 2010.
Yeah, but you got Mr. Crowd. He's so rooted in the mill, man. Like, if you don't know Trey Pops,
he's not from there either, though.
Yeah, but he rooted enough to be from there. He our adopted son. Yeah, if you don't know Mr. Crosby, you doing something wrong with your life.
Yep. No, yeah, he's definitely rooted. I'll give you that. All right, let's roll. Howard did lose to Dale State today, 26-13.
So you know what that means?
What does that mean?
That means Deshaun Jackson. Chris King, you ready for it? Deshaun Jackson got the opportunity to win this weekend coming up and do something Deion Sanders never did, win an HBCU bowl or any bowl. Sorry, Chris.
That's true. Deion.
They still below. They still below South Carolina State though. Or do they have South Carolina State this weekend?
I feel like they play them next week. I might be off.
Oh, that'd be a heck of a game. Yeah, you're right. They do. They play South Carolina State and Dale State play. That'll be a big one.
Can we not, before we leave, look around though? Just because I know Chris King really been thinking about this, right? I know you have. NFL Sunday tomorrow. We just want to get your thoughts on the headset, Lady Trey, before we go on to the next NFL Sunday.
It's a good thing. Yeah, good thing JT ain't here. So we ain't got to worry about it. Who does Indy have this week? No, they got to buy, don't they?
Oh no.
Yeah, I think they're gonna buy. I think she can put her headsets down and relax for a week. Maybe she can go to Aruba or something. But yeah, Big Sig. Yeah, Big Sig. They out. This all thing I got for the NFL. You know Carolina. Big game tomorrow against Atlanta. You drop one against the
Saints.
Against the Saints. And you got to get one back. Like, to me, this is the season right here. This is I say like all of them probably this season coming up here, but this is truly this season. You're 5-5, and you're trying to get back over 500. You got some tough games coming up. You still got to play. I believe we got San Francisco at one point. We got LA as well. You got to win this football game coming up. You have to beat Atlanta. You lose this one, and you can really start to look towards next. It's going to be outside shot anyway, trying to get to the playoffs. But you lose Atlanta this week. It gets real bleak to try to do that. Packers should come away with an easy win. Who they got?
We got the Giants. We got your boy Jameis starting.
Oh yeah. James
intern
starting.
coach, intern this, intern that. That scares me, man. Like, I mean, we've seen this team lose to Danny DeVito's son out there. Same New York Giants team, man. Like, Ma Spaghetti had them going crazy. I'm scared for the Packers. But we need to do a show after this Dayton Marquette game. What y'all think, man? Can we do a quick one?
There's a game Thursday. The Bucks have a game Thursday, so we could tie into that too.
Split it up. Yeah. I like it, man.
All right.
Chiefs Broncos is gonna be a good one tomorrow, and then or today it's midnight on the East Coast. You got Lions Eagles as well, the nightcap. Bills Bucks. It's a good slate this week in NFL football. So looking forward to it.
Thank God the Bucks ruined the weekend before football got here. God.
Yeah. Tough stuff. All right, let's wrap it there. Bucks lose it tonight, 119-95 to the LA Lakers. Chris said we're gonna do 45 minutes. How do we do? Where are we at?
121.
Damn. All right.
It's my fault. It's my fault.
It's Saturday night, man.
It's Saturday night. Yeah, we getting there. 119-95. Bucks lose to the Lakers. That's all we got. Sunday morning, absolutely.
Drinks on Chris King at the local watering hole in Dayton. Pull up, celebrate a win.
Charles Wazine says we should do a live game watch one of these days. I would like that. I think the issue is I don't know how you sync all this.
Yeah, everybody watching the game together.
Yeah, that'd be dope though, if we could do it.
I'm gonna get canceled.
Yeah, I hate watching. So yeah, I'd be getting pissed off during games.
That's what we want
to see. So much laptop.
That's why
no, you don't.
Yeah, I want to see it.
No, you don't.
We do.
You don't want to see how I watch a game, man. I'm
standing up, clapping in front of the TV too. Pause.
Hey,
I'm screaming in front of the TV.
Bro, I'm playing defense. I'm trying to will my man Bobby to a stop. Slide to the left, slide to the right. Come on, bro.
Yeah. I'm all that throwing the hats. Yeah, it's a wrap, man.
I got a 5-year-old watching with me too, so we WWEing off of couches and stuff, man.
That's why everybody needs to like the video, because then we'll get to a point where we could just build a studio for that. Barstool. We have the stadium chairs sitting in there, or the movie theater chairs watching the game. That'd be great.
Yeah, with the canes.
We get this check so good, we'll invite some of y'all to come watch it with us.
Yeah, maybe.
And get Chris King in that post-game show so he can ask those real questions. He ain't scared.
Hey, he does it. He if you get in that press room,
yep,
you'll ask the questions, tough questions.
Well, I tried it in Charlotte. They was like, take your monkey ass off.
Are they really tired, Doc, or are you just covering your ass? That's what I would ask him. I would ask him that.
That's what we need. 119.95. Appreciate you guys for coming and listening to us tonight. Again, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you were here with us on a Saturday evening after the Bucks. Again, it was a blowout loss. It wasn't like it was something to watch and anticipate. So you guys really rock with us just to come check us out after a game, and we appreciate that. Again, if you're upset tonight, if you don't feel good about what happened, go ahead and you didn't hit that like button on the way in. Make sure you hit the like button on the way out. We appreciate you guys tremendously for rocking with us tonight. As always, be sure to tell a friend and tell another friend and tell a friend about the Cream City crossover. It is the best Milwaukee Bucks post game in all of the land. I think that's everything. This has been a Cream City Media Group production from the Guru Chancellor,
Chris King,
Justin.
If I am my enemy, is only because I dare to tell you the truth. Don't take no wood nickels.